In this video, traders, we're going to look at account charges overnight financing. Stay tuned. Hey guys, a very warm welcome to you. Alright, so this video is sponsored by our channel sponsor, which is CoreSpreads. There is a link to them in the description below. Go and check them out. Spread betting, CFDs, tight spreads on currency pairs, indices, commodities, etc. Go and see if they're right for you. Say link in the description below. Okay, but in this video, what I want to talk about is financing fee for non-forex instruments and the financing fee for forex instruments. Because overnight, we'll see these charges appear on our account. So, oh, logged into the CoreTrader 2 platform and gone, okay, what's this account charge for? This hopefully will give you an idea of what it's all about. So theoretically, when we are trading on margin, we're borrowing money from CoreSpreads. So let's say we have a 10% margin. Quite high actually, but margin is going to range depending on the instrument you're trading, currency pairs all the way up to Bitcoin and shares, big variety. So that's the margin requirement. So in theory, if we have a notional value of 100,000, okay, we are going to have to put up 10 grand worth of margin. And obviously it's going to depend on the notional value, depends on what we're trading. Higher notional values generally for currency pairs, for indices, not so much for shares. 100 grand, a reasonably high position in a share, not so much in a currency pair. So that's why the margins are adjusted accordingly. So anyway, the point is we're borrowing 90 grand to allow us to have control of that size position. So this is a margin trade. We're trading on margin. So effectively, it's a loan to us if we're long. So because it's a loan, we're going to have to pay an overnight charge. The overnight charge is made up of the LIBOR rate plus an admin fee, if you like, or a financing fee. And that financing fee is how CoreSpreads make, or one of the ways that they make their money, or how all brokers make their money under these spread betting brokers. This is a commercial business. They're providing us with a service. The spread is one way, and this overnight financing charge is the other way. So it's a small charge added to the LIBOR rate and billed every night, normally about 10 o'clock at night. So if you're borrowing money because you're long, you're going to get billed the charge plus LIBOR. If you're short, theoretically, you are loaning CoreSpreads money. So theoretically, they will pay you the LIBOR rate. However, with the admin charge, understandable, fair enough, then the equation basically works out that you pay a little bit. So in theory, if we're an interbank, and this is how the whole thing works, right? If we were interbank, we would receive money for being short. If we are long, then we're going to actually pay money, and obviously it's going to be a little bit less because it's just a LIBOR rate. But because of the financing charge, it works out in the wash that you pay a little bit both ways at the moment. Anyway, things can change, of course. Right, let's look at forex. So forex, specifically rolling cash, different for futures because futures the charge, overnight charges are rolled up into the spread. You're buying one currency and you're selling another. So it's not as clear cut as, say, just buying a share or buying an index, which is a basket of shares. You're buying one currency and selling another, you know, because you have that pair approach. So you're effectively borrowing in one currency and lending in another. So really the charge is the difference between the two. So they look at it and say, well, if I was buying and going long USD, and if I'm selling and going short JPY, for example, what would be the financing charge on that part of it? What would be the financing charge on that part of it? And work out the differential between the two. So your charge is the differential between the two. And this is in theory where we have long time ago the carry trade, where you know, if you're trading interbank and you didn't have an admin charge, you could have the interest rate differential between the two, and you'd be effectively paid to hold a position because you're shorting one and borrowing the other. So you're receiving the interest rate in one and you're paying the interest rate in the other. If you're receiving, say, 10% and you're paying 2%, you're making 8% to hold that currency. However, you know, because most of us are shorter term traders, because most of us are trading through a broker, then this is how it works. We get a financing charge every night, small financing charge that will appear on your statement, on your blotter. Normally, like I said, it's about 10 o'clock, a few seconds after 10 o'clock, there's the adjustments made, and that's the cost to carry that amount of notional value, if you like, overnight. So these are account charges, guys. Overnight financing, slight difference between forex and non-forex instruments. That's how it works. Like I say, check out CoreSpreads. They are the channel sponsor sponsoring this video, and there's a link to those guys in the description below. Take care. See you next one. Bye bye.